Andy Kilpatrick, Director of Public Service for the city, and we're here for the launch of our drop-off recycling center. So this is another option for residents in the city and really anyone in the region to drop off materials that kind of make its way eventually to our processor. So we will take everything that's taken curbside, plus we take polystyrofoam, and that goes down to DART and it gets made into other things. So we're thrilled to have this open during the day. So come drop off what you have. It's open to residents, contractors, businesses, anyone that wants to come down here on South Street, drop off their recyclable materials. And we also have our new, thanks to grant from the state, front tip truck that we're going to use for this recycling and then other recycling larger containers throughout the city.
So welcome everyone, welcome to our new recycling drop-off center at our Public Services Operations Maintenance Division. This is free for Lansing residents to use, so we are really excited to make this announcement. I am Andy Shore, I'm the mayor. Welcome to Lansing on this beautiful day. We got a perfect day for you. Sun's in my eyes a little bit, but we'll deal with that. But no, this is really exciting. I hear all the time about folks about recycling, about sustainability. We certainly use our curbside recycling quite a bit, but there are certain things that you can't recycle curbside, like styrofoam. So we've got a pretty aggressive sustainability plan that we have created in Lansing. We created the mayor's Sustainability Advisory Board. We have sustainability and climate action plans. We've done a tree canopy report, and we received millions of dollars in grants to plant more trees. We're purchasing EV and hybrid vehicles for our city fleet. And this is just the next step, the next part of our sustainability plan here in our city of Lansing to make sure that we leave an earth for our children that is how we would want it to be. So this drop-off center here, this is where our public service facility's been. That will provide residents to the ability to drop off a variety of different materials. Again, I said I have curbside, but not everyone does. My son lives in an apartment down on the south side, and he does not have that option, right? He doesn't have the option to have curbside recycling. So instead of him bagging it all up and bringing it home to mom and dad, now he has the ability to bring it right here to our drop-off center. So I can drop off my cardboard, my son Ryan can drop off his cardboard and his plastic bottles. We can get our styrofoam here. This is the next step to make sure that our citizens have the ability to help to make sure that we have a sustainable capital city. So I am really very excited. These are the things that we want to be able to provide for our citizens and really for others within the region, so they can come and drop off. Again, we know that there are other communities that work through this. DART has a big facility down in Mason, but our folks really don't want to have to drive 20 or 30 minutes down to Mason just to drop off styrofoam. That is not sustainable. Spending money on gas and getting in the car to drive 20, 30 minutes, that is not sustainability. Sustainability is being able to drop it off here as you're driving through, and then the city will take care of it. This facility is open from dusk till dawn, so you don't have to make an appointment. You can just drive right in. You can drop off your cardboard, your plastic, your styrofoam. This is going to be open. The facility is also under camera surveillance 24/7 because we want to make sure that no one is illegally dumping. Unfortunately, it's something that happens. We want to make sure this is a positive and not a negative for our community. So with that, I'm very excited. Of course, as the mayor, I get to make these announcements. We get to decide this is what we want to do. We get to work with our sustainability committee, which I see a few folks are here from our sustainability committee. But we also know that we have staff that work really hard to implement this. And for us, we set a sustainability officer, manager several years ago. And I would like to have her come up and say a few words. So I'm going to introduce Lori Thomas, our sustainability manager for the city of Lansing.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. This is really exciting. This site has been a long time in the making, so I know that I speak for many people when I say that we are just thrilled that it's finally open to the public. And we really think that it's going to be a centrally located, very convenient and accessible site for many people. So I want to reiterate, even if you do have curbside recycling services at home, this site could be a really valuable resource to you. Maybe you have too many materials and it won't fit in your cart. Bring them to this site. If you have styrofoam, certainly bring that material to this site. If you have food scraps, and we all do, make sure you bring it to this site or one of the other sites. And I just want to take a moment to say, food scrap collection is fairly new to the city. We started a program last fall, and this is the 6th location throughout the city where people can bring food scraps for composting. So that's a pretty great network of drop-off sites for that material, making that really accessible and easy for people to participate in. Lansing's been in the recycling business for a very long time, about 35 years, since the curbside recycling program first began in the very early 1990s. And we have prioritized recycling and waste diversion ever since. We do that because we want to keep materials out of the landfill, but we also do that because recycling saves energy. Recycling saves natural resources. Recycling reduces pollution. Recycling reduces greenhouse gases. All of these things are going to make Lansing cleaner, greener, more resilient, and more sustainable for everybody. So we definitely hope that people come out and take advantage of this wonderful new resource. I also want to take a minute to thank the State of Michigan Department of Great Lakes and the Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, or EGLE, for their generous support, because it's through a recycling infrastructure grant through the state that funded this whole site. So with that, I would like to introduce Jeff Johnston, who's the Public Information Officer at EGLE, to speak.
Thank you, Sustainability Manager Thomas. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm delighted to be here on this beautiful day to celebrate a truly special achievement for the city of Lansing. We all know that recycling helps us keep Michigan beautiful, and your Sustainability Manager just gave us a great list of many of the benefits of recycling. So we really appreciate that, and EGLE's proud to be a part of this today. Today, the city of Lansing becomes a larger part of the beautiful story of recycling with the opening of this facility, which is a first in city history. I want to congratulate Mayor Shore, the Lansing City Council, Lori Thomas, and her entire Public Service Department team. And I especially want to congratulate the people of Lansing. We all know that recycling is the right thing to do. It's also the smart thing to do. Recycling properly supports Michigan jobs and improves the health of the environment. And surveys show that Lansing residents and all Michiganders want to recycle in the right ways. We often just need help understanding what is recyclable and what materials should go in the trash, what materials can go in our curbside bins if we have them, and what materials need to come to a facility like this now that it's available. With the debut of this new drop-off center and the education campaign that Lansing is kicking off to support it, Lansing residents will now have the tools and knowledge to do just that. At EGLE, we see firsthand the value of recycling education. Michigan has steadily increased the statewide recycling rate with the help of our ongoing national award-winning Know It Before You Throw It team, with our recycling education campaign that features the Recycling Raccoon Squad. As a result, Michigan has seen 4 years in a row of all-time highs in our statewide recycling rate, and that's an accomplishment that we can all celebrate. We've improved from 14.5% before 2019 to more than 25% this past year, 2024. And just as Lansing is poised with this new facility to increase its tonnage of recycled materials to new heights, Michigan is on track to achieve our statewide goal of a 30% recycling rate by 2029. Lansing's commitment to recycling is shared by communities across Michigan. Last year, Michiganders recycled more than 71,000 tons of glass, 329,000 tons of paper and paper products, and 56,000 tons of plastics and plastic product. That's a volume of materials equivalent to the weight of 10 Mackinac bridges. It would fill the stadiums of the Detroit Lions, the University of Michigan, the Michigan State University, and even the hockey stadium of national champion Western Michigan University right down the road. I'm confident that the grand opening of this new recycling drop-off center today will help us continue Michigan's momentum and set another new recycling record for this year, for 2025. It's a plain fact that Lansing's commitment to recycling is contributing to Michigan's cleaner and more sustainable future. By increasing our recycling rate, we conserve natural resources and generate economic benefits. More than 72,500 jobs and billions of dollars in our economy. Every box, every bottle, every can that we recycle brings us one step closer to a sustainable, resilient Michigan where both the environment and our communities thrive. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you to Eagle for all their support. Again, we couldn't do this without Eagle. We love having the state as our partner. It's greatly appreciated. I want to recognize that our city clerk, Chris Swope, is here, but not only is he here, he came with a whole variety of styrofoam recycling. He was ready. He's been ready for a little while, so we appreciate the clerk. We've got our department director, Andy Kilpatrick, is here. I see Jason Wilkes, who's the chair of our public service board. So thank you all for coming. It really is great to have everybody here. But you heard the mention, so we also have a special guest. So you all didn't even know this is coming. We have a special guest. As part of the Recycling Raccoon, we have Gladys, the Recycling Raccoon, here to help us out as we are going to recycle all of these goods and materials here. So, thank you everybody. We're gonna cut a ribbon right here, and then we're gonna take these and we're gonna go start filling these bins. So I'll let the media decide where you wanna place, but we'll cut the ribbon and then we'll go start doing some recycling. Thanks everyone. All right, everybody ready? Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's open. Woo! Cut the ribbon. All right, thank you everybody.